Hello everybody, welcome back to my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Azata playthrough. Last time we had a lot of quests piled on us at the end of the last episode, but we are now back in Dresden. I think this time we'll probably just be hanging around Dresden, catching up with people. I know Ivu said that we should go and talk to the people at our Azata court too. Arueshalaes has a quest line that she gave us that I think is just, you just do around Dresden, so we'll do that too. But for starters, let's see how things are on the Crusader map, seeing as we're back now. I want to see what our armies are like, if we still have armies. I have no idea what it's like after disappearing and coming back. Honestly, Act 5 is the act I'm least familiar with. I don't even know if I've really played Act 5 at all before. I've definitely done Act 4 before, but it was ages ago that I really played this. Dwarven lords are willing to pay with gold and soldiers for the return of their clan's relic. Oh, so these are the decrees we had going before we left. Guardian golems were once immured within the walls of Dresden. The dwarves have delivered the payment for their golems. 12 shield bearers. Report. A rough-looking Pathfinder with an inconspicuous face appears out of nowhere. He raises his hands, indicating that he comes in peace, and he hands you a letter. Commander, I request an urgent meeting. My situation is desperate. Only your intervention can save my daughter and me. You can find me in the usual place. Since a disability prevents me from coming to you, I'm counting on you. Venture Captain Ilhor. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we benefited from a bug while we were retaking Dresden. We were told we had to rescue people in the tavern and in the prison, and I didn't know until I went to the tavern first, and then this notification popped up saying, "Oh, we'll see if Ilhor was able to hold out on his own." And so I thought, oh, does that mean that Ilhor died because we went to the tavern first? And then when we got to the prison where Ilhor was holding out, he was there, but there was also an indication on the floor saying that he died. So I think he was probably meant to die, but he didn't, which is nice. Leota Hawkblade, the Inquisitor who is investigating the case of Dayron and the unknown and the entity known as the Other, has arrived in Dresden. We've already done this. We did that at the end of last time. Got some events. Replacement parts. The soldiers are concerned about the work of a suspicious clockmaker. He heals crippled fighters by implanting unknown and sinister-looking prosthetics into their bodies. The troops want to drive away the strange craftsman. Banish the clockmaker. Get finance and material points. Take the clockmaker under protection. All generals gain +1 level to reduction of losses. It's just a slight increase to infirmary size. Elevate the craftsman. Okay, he's only doing it to people that have been wounded already, I think. He's not doing it to... So it's like, yeah, it's prosthetics, but people find them creepy. Let's take the clockmaker under protection. Sinister or not, these prosthetics have allowed many to return to the ranks. Under the commander's patronage, the craftsman, who has turned out to be an academic of the Clockwork Cathedral, will continue his activities. Report. Thanks to the power of the Wardstone residing in Dresden, the demon siege was much less bloody than it could have been. Enough soldiers survived in the citadel to form a fighting detachment that is now awaiting the commander's orders. Okay. The Galarian slaves rescued by the commander in the Lushanera are infinitely grateful, and they are ready to get even with the demons with weapons in hand. Fair enough. Yep, we've done all those. Decrees. Oh, there's loads going. We can strengthen diplomatic connections. Studying the unusual crystal. The crystal the commander came upon holds many mysteries. Experts on magic and relics may be able to shed some light on them. So these are the hindering crystals. I think we're just going to get started on those. But I want to check. Yeah, we'll definitely rank up our diplomacy and development. No, military and diplomacy. I guess we have more missions for that now. Oh yeah, because they're at level 5. I guess they go up higher now, maybe to level 10. Command, Glory to Heroes. Yeah, we've done this one before. Just a morale increase. Relics. Can't do any of these yet. We'll get one of those in motion soon. Yeah, and let's just get right on with studying the unusual crystal. What about our armies? How are they doing? Wow, it just completely... We just have no armies at all. So all those armies that we had built up before are now non-existent. Well, that's a pain. I guess because the Queen took them all. 60 Azatas, though. That's not something I'm complaining about. Okay, you go there. Shield bearers I'm not too bothered with. Yeah, we'll definitely have archers. We still have the generals, though, right? Yeah, there we are. There's our main general. We have to wait 3 days for him. Oh, couldn't they just be ready and waiting for us? Why do we have to wait 3 days? Okay, I guess we're not doing any military action until they're ready. We will stock up on the soldiers. We'll get some of those. We haven't even got that much money, actually. We'll get some more shield bearers, seeing as we've got these here. We'll get some more champions, seeing as we've got these here. We've got so much money, so I'm not really worried about the... I'm not worried about there being not enough money, because we can just put our own money in. We've got plenty. Okay, yeah, shield bearers, you go in there. Let's just merge all these armies together. Champions, you can go here with this bunch. And I guess we'll wait 3 days. Mass teleportation moves the target army to a point in the global map. That's nice. That's really useful, actually. Song of Deceiving Thickets. Call to Arms. We've got loads more of these buffs at the moment. All of these are really useful. Do we have more buildings we can make as well? Let's see. It doesn't seem like there's any particularly new buildings for us. That's okay. Alright, we are going to wait 3 days for our general to be ready. But let's put one more thing on. Do generous recruiters, why not? You get an extra 4,000 a day, that's loads. We can get 72,000 now. Let's hold off on it for right now. We can always recruit more in a little bit. At the moment these are full. Cool. Well, that's enough to be getting on with. If I'd have known it was going to completely wipe all the armies clean, I wouldn't have spent so much time organising them before I left. I thought we'd at least have some of it. I guess it makes sense though, because the narrative is that the Queen took all of your forces away. Right, Ivu, how are you doing? Anything to say? It's too bad I can't breathe fire. So many missed opportunities. You've grown again. I'm prettier too, aren't I? And I'm big enough to carry you now. My dragon friends back in Elysium will be so jealous. Cool. Right. Oh, hello, Arueshalaes. You're just hanging out in here now. Regil, you alright? He gave us a quest too. Right, Anevia, Arueshalaes wanted us to talk to you. Look who it is. Hi. Do you remember when I asked you about your dream? You said you wanted to learn how to bake bread. Could you tell me more about that? Is this for Arueshalaes? I can see you. You can come out. She warped over here. Anevia smiles at the half-hidden succubus bashfully emerging from her hiding place. Now, isn't that better? Anyway, back to the bread. Anevia sighs pensively, her eyes gazing into the distance. When I was just a little snot-nosed kid, my mum hid me from our enemies in a temple of Desna. Nidal, my birthplace, is a horror show. If it crumbled into the sea tomorrow, I'd throw a party. But the temple was a tiny oasis of peace and calm, hidden away inside all that. Folks in the temple knew how to laugh. They'd sing songs as they did their needlework, and in the mornings they'd bake the most fragrant bread in the whole world. I could barely see over the table, but I'd stand and watch as the cook mixed the dough, formed it into rounds, and put them in the oven. It's the happiest memory of my life. Well, of the crappy part of my life, up until I met Beth, of course. Then, when I bailed on that, I did all kinds of scummy jobs. I crawled through marshlands, I scrambled over rooftops, I waded through sewers, I spied, I tracked, I killed. And that memory was the thing that kept me going. When I was sitting up to my eyeballs in gore, or dragging myself through the slums with an arrow in my side, I remembered the smell of that bread, the crunch of the crust, how it burnt my little fingers. I remember how happy I was back then. Commander, have you thought about what you'll do after we win? I mean, once we've smashed the demons, closed the world wound, hung up our weapons. What then? I know my war will be well and truly over the morning I get up, mix a dough and put it in the oven. I'm going to sit there and watch it rise. And then the smell of fresh bread will wake Irabeth, and she'll come into the kitchen and I'll break her off a steaming, fragrant piece. That's when I'll truly know in my gut that the crusade's over, that our peaceful life has begun. Arueshalaes listens to Anevia with rapt attention. When Anevia finishes, the succubus is silent for a long time, then briskly wipes her eyes. Thank you, Anevia. Desna bless you. I think I understand now. I think I truly understand. Arueshalaes turns to you. You see a sparkle of hope in her eyes again, something that's been missing ever since your last visit to the world of dreams. Nest, we need to go there again, to the dream world. Now I know how to solve the riddle. Please come speak to me in private as soon as you can. Not waiting for your answer, Arueshalaes walks away. Anevia watches the demon go. Desna teaches that everything we do in our waking hours begins in our dreams. I wonder what my dreams helped her understand, but whatever it was, may the goddess watch over her. I have to go. Alright, watch yourself now. Cool. She was hanging out in the tavern before. It's not anything new. Yeah, nothing new in here. We are due a rest, but I think we'll do that in our Azata court. Get those buffs that we like back. Oh, some of these are still lasting. Even Good Hope's still around. That's nice.
Always watch your back.
Let's go to the streets. What was that quest I had there in between the lines? Check what that is. In between the lines. Show Galfrey's letter. Oh yeah, we were told about that. Hello, Captain Odin. Hasn't got anything new to say, I don't think. I like all these plants hanging around now. Albrig, how do you feel? Anything to say since I decided to keep my mythic power? Nope. Why is his party dismissal member seems way more aggressive than the other ones? I don't think it's necessary to shout, "Get out of my sight" at him. No matter anyway, we're never going to do that. We like Albrig. Hello, storyteller. The blind elf whispers something under his breath. Hearing your steps, he turns to you slowly. Greetings, Nest. Have you brought me a new story? We didn't actually read the letter, did we? You mentioned you could use this letter to tell me about Queen Galfrey's feelings. storyteller's fingers touch the paper softly, his nail carefully tracing along the lines as if he can see them. The moon is peering into my window. The sole observer is of my weakness. Dresden is quiet, almost as if I am the only one in the fortress, and at this hour of the night, I am alone. Utterly. Always. I pick up the quill and shake off a drop of ink that threatened to fall on the paper, which would have ruined what is already my third draft of this letter. Why am I writing it? She will never read it. I falter, the quill poised over the paper, but my hesitation doesn't last. I don't know where you are, my hand writes. When was this? On the eve of the Queen's departure from Dresden. The next morning she ordered her forces to march on Is. Is Dresden ever that quiet? Unlikely, but I am telling you of Galfrey's feelings as she was writing this letter. One's perception of the outside world can vary at times. Continue. My hand is shaking. My heart pounds in my chest like a bird trying to break free from its cage. My eyes fog over. I wipe a tear from my cheek. What is happening to me? Where did this feeling of guilt come from? Oh, I wonder where, Queen. I have always acted as duty commanded. Always. A deep breath. I think the shaking has stopped. The hand that's holding the quill can barely move. Forgive me. I write down the last words of the letter she will never see. Forgive me. Forgive me. What exactly was Galfrey feeling? Guilt or something else? I cannot answer that question definitively. I merely touched upon her thoughts, tapped into a faint trace of her feelings. But I can say one thing for certain. Those feelings were strong. The pain the Queen was going through was very much real. Thank you, storyteller. There's no need for gratitude. I rather think I should be begging your forgiveness. It seems I have inadvertently been made privy to personal matters between you and Queen Galfrey. I will try to refrain from such intrusions into your private affairs from now on. The storyteller lowers his head sheepishly. Can I fix any items? I'm actually going to wait on restoring this because I think there's something I missed before that I'm going to try and get a hold of at some point, and I want to save the materials. At least we know we can do that when we want to. Alright, who else is around? We've definitely improved Dresden with the flowers, but I'm already remembering how busy navigating this place is a pain. Gorgalinda, nothing new to say. Good to see you. How you doing, Warjiff? Can you get anything with your tiefling connections? Anything new, anyway? Let's do price in descending order. Oh, a Haramaki. A +4 Haramaki, actually. This looks good. This +4 Haramaki grants us where a +4 sacred bonus on all saving throws. I like that. Yeah, we'll definitely buy that off you, Warjiff. Acrobat's footwear. These boots allow its wearer to stand up without provoking attacks of opportunity. Braces of balance. Uneasing slaughter. Whenever the wearer of this belt lands a killing blow, they gain a +2 bonus to dexterity and constitution for 3 rounds. It's not terrible. Belt of incredible dexterity, that's just a +6. You know what, yeah, let's take both of these. They're just flatly good, we can give them to somebody. Crimson Banner. While this item is active, all critical hits made by you or against you are automatically confirmed. 300,000. Wow, that's pricey. We'll keep that in mind for later, though, maybe. Oh, why do we have a greater... We must have picked that up from somebody. Another greater, quicker meta magic rod. I'm definitely going to give that to somebody. Yep, just dump all this crap. Do bulk selling. And sell these scimitars, these spears. Anything we've got more than one of. That we never use. Bardishas can go, the scimitars can go. Earthbreakers, more scimitars, you can all go. And now we're making money. That's what I like to see. Full plate and armor too. Oh, Woljif, we're gonna ruin you with how much we're buying. Adamantine full plate, mithril full plate. I might keep those for now. Someone might want them. Deal. I'm gonna keep that crimson banner in mind. We need to go meet Arueshalaes and Hillhall. I think Arueshalaes will probably have stuff to say to us too. She is... let's go and talk to Arueshalaes, because they did mention that she was trying to look after the victims of that who had their souls taken and put into jewelry. That happened during Sealer's questline. Hello, Arueshalaes. Commander, I'm glad the Abyss did not take you. Is there any... I guess there's not going to be any news. Okay. So they're still just looking into that. That's fine. Where are they? Are they in a specific location? We've never seen them around.
Careful now.
Why is there the sound of flies in here? Sounds like people have died in there. The temple, it's meant to be clean. Oh, Krennic as well. Let's go find Krennic. I'm sure he'll have something to say. Nistra, how you doing? Nothing new to say, fine. Sealer, you doing alright? Yeah, you're fine. Where is Krennic? He's up here, isn't he? Yeah. Hello, old friend. How you doing? Sniffing the air and then twitching his ears in response to something nearby, Krennic whispers, "Shush! Can you hear them rustling? I've acquired some new neighbours recently. A pack of rats. Do you know anything about rat extermination? If you do, I could use your advice." I'll do what I can. Long story short, a pack of local rats has declared war on me. First they just stole my supplies, so I drove them away with some poison and rat traps. Then those cunning rascals started terrorising me, chewing through my beautiful new boots. That made me really angry. Krennic's voice grows harder and rougher. So I tamed a few guard lizards. Kobolds used them instead of cats. And I made myself an army. And then I declared my own righteous, radical crusade. Now I'm wondering what the rat's next move will be. The kobold hisses aggressively, his yellow teeth flashing into a predatory grin. Just imagine you're the rat queen. Let's call you... well, to keep it simple, let's call you Ratscari. Just another metaphor, Krennic. And one day, a horrible stranger invades your domain. An invincible kobold, a raticidal crusader with a whole army of guard lizards at his command. What would you do? Krennic releases a bloodthirsty hiss, and his veneer of civility peels away instantly. The creature standing before you is now a hungry and vicious beast. You're not really talking about rats now, are you? Krennic stares at you, baffled. What else could I mean? Of course I'm talking about rats. I would stealthily terrorize you until you decided to look for a new home. The kobold shakes his head and bares his teeth in a predatory grin. And that's where you'd fail. Because while you were busy being stealthy, I would hunt you down relentlessly. Every day I would search for traces of the rats, looking for their lair. And as soon as I found it, I'd go there and kill the Rat King myself. Krennic seems taller suddenly, and anger rumbles in his voice. Those who dare to insult you must be punished personally. Otherwise, where's the pleasure in being powerful? No. No one who has known the exaltation of wielding semi-divine powers will turn down the chance to feel the joy of retribution against one's greatest enemy. Krennic grins maliciously, and then he sweeps his palm across his face, seemingly wiping away his ominous expression and restoring his usual calm and slightly sarcastic demeanour. Oh, it seems I got a little carried away. Perhaps I need rest. You must be thinking to yourself now, Krennic, just how stupid you are. Why'd you keep pestering me with your idiotic questions? Start being useful already. Fine, I'll start being useful right now. A piece of paper covered with Sarkorian symbols appears in the kobold's hands. It has come to my knowledge that in the city of Iz, there is an ancient temple with a library full of valuable scrolls. The demons have probably already destroyed most of them, but the priests have a hiding place marked with these two symbols. Check it out, if you have time. Where do you get this information from? I just don't understand why you're asking this question when it's so obvious that you won't like the answer. Fine. A friend told me. Satisfied now? I will try to find that hiding spot. Do that. You might get lucky. I've got suspicions. You asked me what I would do if I was left on my own. Did you know that Galfrey was going to relieve me of my command and send me to the Abyss? Of course. Didn't you know that the Queen holds regular meetings with her Kobold Council to discuss all important matters? Believe it or not, I am the honorary chairman of the board. Krennic giggles. Are you joking? How could I know such a thing? Okay, I have to go. Good to see you again, Krennic. I missed you in the Abyss. You're one of my favourites, Darren. Oh no, we can't. That's a trap, isn't it? Oh, I'm so tempted. I have to go. Goodbye. You said we can't tell him. For the fact that it's an option, I'm so tempted to now, just to see what happens. What's the jewellery trader got? Oh. Oh. Oh, sorry. Bless me. Having headbands is good. Just high level jewelry is always good. Let's get the Amulet of Mighty Fist +5. We have a lot of natural attackers in our party. Anything we can sell? Sell the Hope Crusher. We're never going to use that. Light crossbow +3. Sell the adamantine full plate. The chain shirt +4. Just make it less damaging on our finances, yes. Sell those. Rings at the level 1, cloaks and rings. We don't really need those anymore. We've got loads of higher level stuff than that. Sure, I'll just spend that much, it's fine. It's not like we're struggling for money at the moment. You got any new things, Arcane Weaver? Whenever the wearer of this robe uses a divine power to summon a creature... Nah, don't need that. Savage Unity. These gloves grant their wearer and his animal companion a +3 insight bonus on attack and damage rolls for the duration of the animal focus ability. Ooh, a Cloak of Resistance +6. And more cloaks of resistance +5. Okay, you've got me interested. I'll buy these. Everyone in our party can have high-level cloaks now. I'm a fan of that. The rest of these aren't that good, but that is better than nothing. Sell the heavy crossbow, the normal glaive. Sell this pick. No one uses picks. And this pick. Yeah, sell the clubs too. Oh, a gnomed hook hammer though. We'll keep that. Regil might want that. It's always worth checking the shops every time you change story beats. They have stuff. Well, sir, do you have anything to say? The Quartermaster Garms welcomes you with a happy smile. What an unexpected surprise! The commander herself came back from the abyss to lend us a hand. The soldier looks ready to squeeze you in a bear hug, like a long-lost prodigal daughter. Also produces a small figurine out of his pocket. You were gone a long time, but we never gave up on our commander. Look at this knick-knack we made. One of the soldiers was good with a knife and carved it from a block of wood, and then another, a wizard, enchanted it. We let it travel from one pair of hands to another every night, and each soldier that held it prayed for your soul, no matter which god they believed in. The priest says their prayers have been heard, and this little trinket is now holy. You did come back, so please take it. It's a gift from us all. Do we want this? I wish we could see what it was before we accepted it or not. Because if it's really good, maybe I should take it. You should keep it, mate. Protect you instead. The quartermaster lowers his head. As always, you put the well-being of others ahead of your own. That's why the soldiers adore you. What's a simple quartermaster to a campaign? It won't grind to a halt as long as the commander is alright. I have to go. Well, if that turns out to have been the best bit of gear in the game, I made a stupid decision, but oh well. We did a nice thing, didn't we? Hello, Lady Konomi. No, you got nothing to say about me coming back? Fine by me. Right, Hillhall's in the inn, isn't he? Should be upstairs. Oh, hey buddy, you don't look so good. Hillhall's face is ashen. He retains his impeccable posture. It doesn't look like it. But from time to time he winces in pain. Commander, I beg for your help. I've picked up the Spinner of Nightmare's trail again. I figured out that her den is near the city of Iz, where she plays host to demons. It would be too risky to try to storm the place, but I didn't want to put the lives of others in danger. I snuck in alone to catch her off guard. I nearly got her, but I don't know what you saw in the abyss. What I saw at the Spinner of Nightmare's den, it was horrible. Please help me. My daughter is in great danger. Grave, unthinkable danger. Please finish my hunt. Kill the Spinner of Nightmares. Save my daughter. I'm counting on you. I found the Spinner of Nightmares' diary. Hillhall snatches the pages from you. Thank you, Commander. I never imagined such luck. A diary. Now we'll have the tactical advantage. We'll study her notes and deduce where she's heading. Thank you. I admire your bravery. You ventured into the City of Demons and brought back just the information we needed. Impressive. You do know we didn't go there for that, Hillhall, right? I want to know more about you. What exactly are you interested in? I'm a common Pathfinder. There are many others like me. Fate and my orders brought me to this land. How did you end up here? I was working on an assignment for the Pathfinder Society, and then a demon worshipper named the Spinner of Nightmares abducted my daughter Lowry. For the past 3 years, I've been trying to save her. During this time, I've become a specialist in scouting demon territory. I've even planted agents among the cultists. Truth be told, in pursuing the Spinner of Nightmares, I've been acting more on behalf of Queen Galfrey than the Pathfinder Society. It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell you the rest of it sometime. The Spinner of Nightmares is a true spawn of the Abyss. I've fought her many times, but I've never been able to seize her by the throat. Hilhor frowns grimly. Tell me about your daughter. Hilhor smiles, showing healthy white teeth. As a girl, Lowry was just an angel. We lost her mother early on. She was left to follow my example, a drifter with little idea how to talk to a 10-year-old girl. But even with such questionable parenting, Lowry managed to grow into a wonderful girl. Brave, smart, beautiful, and entirely unbearable. She's always argued with me about everything. When Lowry was 18, she told me she was going to be a Pathfinder. All I said was, all right. I knew there was no use to try and talk her out of it. And she was a fine Pathfinder. Hilhor's fist clenched with a painful-sounding crack. I'll never forgive the Spinner of Nightmares for taking my girl from me. Tell me about the Pathfinder Society. The Pathfinder Society is a global organisation that unites opportunists and adventurers of all kinds. We explore the world and uncover its secrets, travel, and sometimes face down threats. In times of trouble, the latter becomes our primary focus. We're driven by curiosity and the desire to make the world a better place. And, of course, seek profit or hunger for glory. Some seek profit or hunger for glory. But in any case, it's hard work. They might send you anywhere on a mission. Weaklings have little place in the society. It's more for seasoned fighters. There are society lodges in many cities. The closest one is in Nerosian. They're each led by venture captains, lads like me. The Grand Lodge in Absalom, the centre of the world. The Decemvirate sits there, the anonymous council of our leaders. Cool. I have to go. Good luck. Watch your back. Only trust your closest friends. The enemy is cunning and treacherous.
Precisely.
Hey, Nenio. Nothing to say? That's fine. Is that fly sound? Is that because of... Is that meant to be the butterflies and bugs hanging around? I think they should have picked a different... Oh, no, we are. We're just covered in bugs. Why? Why are we covered in bugs? They don't look like the nicest bugs either. Yeah, we don't have the profane gift. Is that from one of our oh, I guess that's from Deadly Beauty. Oh yeah, Azata covers herself in flowers with tiny bees. There you go.
Always watch your
We're
back.
covered in bees. Lovely. That's why there's a buzzing sound then. I'm just imagining Ness now walking around with one of those bee beards. I don't know if you've seen that. I've seen a picture of someone who's just covered head to toe in like a full bee suit. It's unsettling. Ooh, while I remember, let's put Cloak of Resistance +6. Lovely. And Wolge, if you could have one of the 4s. I mean, we probably didn't need to buy this stuff. We'd probably get given it later down the line, but it doesn't hurt to have it early, does it? Especially not for some of our... Yeah, Ember still has a +2 one. Have a +4 one, Ember. There you go. Ulbrig, you can have the Belt of Mighty Fist, the Necklace of Mighty Fists, +5. And Miss Fenris, you can get the +4. +4 one, even. There you go. Lovely stuff. Dexterity +6. We can give that to Warjif. Definitely. I'll do the rest another time. Hey, Fee. Nothing to say? It's fine. Sorry. Arueshalaes. Arueshalaes looks at you and smiles sadly without saying a word. Let's go to your dream. Let's do it. I can't wait to finally solve this riddle. Oh, but there's... A glimpse of concern appears on the succubus's eager face. My nightmare. It's still there. Usually he doesn't show up at all, but I think he will attack us when we start altering the very nature of my dream. Better get ready for a battle. Well, we're all buffed up already. No time like the present. I'm ready. Arueshalaes touches your hand and the real world fades away around you. Arueshalaes' dream seems even darker and emptier than before. The smell of smoke and ash lingers in the cold air. You can't see the nightmare, you can feel it watching you from the dark. The succubus approaches the table reverently, as if approaching a holy altar. And then she hesitates. When Desna asked me, what do you dream of? I didn't know anything about dreams. I've been trying to imitate mortals, but I never really understood what I was doing. I filled my dreams with so many things, but now I understand why they all burned so easily. They were not real dreams, but how should I put it? Mortals don't actually dream about objects, they dream about ideas. Filling my dreams with those items was like stealing a roadside sign from its stake, and then claiming I had an entire town in my hands. Anevia isn't really dreaming about a loaf of bread. Her dream is about a whole new life. A life where there's no war. A life where she lives in her own house and bakes bread for her beloved. I'm sure that if I asked anyone about the things I stored here, they'd tell me why those things are in their dream worlds. The worlds where they find happiness. 1 second. Sorry, I just had someone at the door. If you want, I can try to help you understand your dreams. Yes, you may be the only one who can. I don't think anyone in the universe knows me better than you. This table didn't burn, because it is a part of my true dream. A part of the world where I am happy. Now I just have to find out what this world looks like. Arueshalaes closes her eyes. The world of my dreams is so close, I can almost see it. Almost. Oh, hello. A teapot is on the table. Arueshalaes whispers quietly. You can barely hear her words, but as she speaks, the world changes around you. The smell of smoke and ash is replaced by the fragrant aroma of freshly brewed tea. The teacups are full. The steam is rising from them. There's a spot of spilled jam, cookie crumbs. I must have just baked cookies. Planning to drink some tea. A hissing voice full of bitter hatred can be heard in the darkness. You used to drink souls before. How many living souls did you kill, you fiend? How many did you torture to death? You don't deserve a life like this. I've done many terrible things. Arueshalaes' voice is quiet but firm. I've ruined many lives, and I'll be praying for that as long as I live. I'll be paying for that as long as I live. I will fight until we close the world wound, and even after that, as long as there is evil on Golarion. But I will not give up my dream, whatever it is. Without it, I won't have the strength to fight. I'll make you pay with your life! Oh, we aren't in control of Arueshalaes. Oh, you don't even need us, Arueshalaes. You took out most of them on your own. We're not even going to be able to reach them before you take them out. Arueshalaes stops to catch her breath. These nightmares will never leave me alone. I know that I deserve them, but it's so hard to fight them off over and over again. Are you feeling alright? I am. I guess, as much as I can be in the current situation. Let's continue. Arueshalaes closes her eyes again. Surrounding the table, I see a house. A large, spacious kitchen. A ray of sunlight coming in through the window. The branches of apple trees swaying outside. You want to have a house of your own, my venomous butterfly? Demouchio's charred, ghostly face is twisted with hatred. You deprived me of my home twice. First you took Elysium from me, then I found myself a new refuge in the abyss. But you destroyed that too. And now you dare to dream of a house of your own? I have wronged you badly, and I feel guilty. I'm not trying to make excuses. There's nothing I could say that would excuse what I've done. But you are dead, Demouchio. I will never forget you, but I will not let you take my life. You don't have the right to live. Round 2. Okay, seeing as we'll do ranged attacks, probably be more effective. Easy. Oh, there's more. You can see you guys. Well, if you're going to come right up to me, then I'll finish you off. Easy. Arueshalaes looks pale as she wipes away the sweat and tears from her face. You're so close to finding your dream. You're almost there. Yes, I want to see it through to the end. A kitchen, a teapot on the table. And who's sitting at the table? Look, that's me. And there's you. We're chatting, laughing. You're holding my hand with such tender affection. Am I? From that distance? There's a bit of a long distance to be holding hands. We should have been on, like, this chair next to her or something. So this is my dream. All this time, my dream has been about you. About a house that we could call our own. About friendship. No, about love. And maybe even a family. Family. Isn't that the word mortals use to describe the people who fill them with happiness? The people they love and can't live without? You can't be happy, you scum! You don't deserve happiness! The nightmare's hiss grows into a deafening roar. I will be happy! She looks the monster straight in the eye. Do whatever you want to me, but my dreams are mine forever! Final round, I'm guessing. Oh, don't miss him. Oh, there's loads. Yeah, come at me and then I can hit you all in one go. Yeah, we'll just sidling up, surround me. Actually, I might not be able to hit you all in one go with this melee. I'll get a lot of you though. Do force punch so we get an extra attack. Don't miss, Nest. The monster is gone, and all is peaceful.
I just want to live here, in the world of mortals, with you. I have solved the goddess's riddle. This is my true dream.
The monster is gone, and all is peaceful once more. The smell of freshly baked cookies wafts through the air. The steam rises from cups of hot, fragrant tea that have been set out on the table. Arueshalaes gazes around her longingly. You've never seen her so happy. Aww. Oh?
I love you. Will you be with me? Will you share my dream?
Arueshalaes' slender body is bathed in a kaleidoscope of colours, and for a moment she is completely surrounded by hundreds of fluttering blue butterflies. She stares at you with shining eyes. God, again, imagine going this far and just doing the rejection option. Don't know if I should just answer straight away or if I'm safe to ask her some questions. I'll just check. Yeah, it looks fine. I don't think there's really any way we can mess this up now. Sorry, after everything I did to try and get the Arueshalaes path back on track, I am, just making sure it all goes smoothly. I'm not doing that for the majority of things I do in this game, but for this specifically, I'm like, I really don't want to mess this up after reloading everything to do it. What's going on? What happened to you?
Freedom. Finally, after all these years, I can feel it. The Abyss has released me from its clutches. I have solved Desna's riddle, and have found my dream. I have found you. I am not a monster anymore.
How do you feel?
I've never felt better. Everything that I hated about myself is gone. I look at you, and I don't feel hunger. I don't want to kill. All the unholy cravings I experienced as a demon, they're all gone. Now I just want to be happy. To live and to love.
So your touch no longer drains the life from others?
No. I am not a monster anymore. Not a predator, not a weapon. Just a woman, like any other female mortal.
Arueshalaes looks down at her slender fingers. Slowly, apprehensively, she reaches out to touch you. You feel the warmth of her soft skin as she gently strokes your hand. She looks at you timidly. Her trembling lips are parted slightly, and her breath is uneven. You know exactly what she wants, and what she is afraid to say. A home together. I would fight the entire Abyss to make this dream come true. Or I don't know if we'll ever have a home of our own, but wherever we wind up, in a castle or in a leaky tent, we'll be together. Now, I like the look of this dream. They can still... Oh wow, just looked at that model there. The cape is flipped around over the chair and is turned into a bib. Yeah, let's go for the home together.
We will never be afraid again. Let the Abyss be afraid. It fears and loathes everything it fails to understand. I know how demons think. They'll do everything they can to destroy us, because now they are more afraid of us than anything else in the world.
Oh, this is very wholesome. It's cute. Kiss Arueshalaes. Don't mind the mirror image. There's like 8 of us, eight copies of us. Her lips tremble slightly, and she returns your kiss eagerly. She is being careful, gentle, trying not to hurt you. However, once she realizes that you remain unharmed, her timidity gives way to desire. The former succubus has long shown incredible restraint, suppressing her passions for years. But now, as her lips meet yours, she holds nothing back.
This is our happiness, our dream, an Elysium of our own.
The scent of flowers hangs heavy in the air, and a jubilant melody fills your ears. Arueshalaes kisses you again, and again she whispers, and again as she whispers. Aww. There we go. Does that mean she's redeemed now? I wonder if her alignment will have changed to chaotic good. The dream world fades away, but Arueshalaes is still in your arms. The kiss you shared in the dream now continues in reality. She presses up against you, and you can feel the heat of her body beneath her clothes. Ooh, steamy. Yeah, why not? Let's go for the last one. Take Arueshalaes to your private study. Let's go somewhere no one will bother us.
Yes. Let's go.
She squeezes your hand firmly. As soon as you close the door of the study, the two of you fall into each other's arms, and time ceases to exist. I'm going to feel so awkward reading this. You explore every inch of her skin, and her body, once an instrument of torture and murder, becomes a vessel overflowing with tenderness and joy. When she reaches the peak of pleasure, you smell the fragrant flowers from her dream. As she moans in delight, the room becomes a garden, filled with the wondrous plants of Elysium.
As a succubus, well, I've done plenty of things in my lifetime. But what we just did was unlike anything I've ever experienced. It was the first time I've ever felt love and tenderness.
Arueshalaes sighs in contentment. She breathes in deeply, inhaling the fragrance of the flowers. I think this means that we got the true love ending as well, as we did some of the options you did. There's certain ways you can go through it to get, like, yeah, this seems like the true love ending.
I was so worried that my dream world was the only place I would find redemption. I was afraid that when I returned to reality, I would be a bloodthirsty monster again. But you taught me to see the difference between dreams and reality. The difference between thoughts and deeds. You showed me the importance of the real world. When I took the first steps on this path to redemption, I spent so much time living inside my own head. But you changed that. You introduced me to the mortal world. You made me a part of your life. And together, we have accomplished so many amazing things.
Really? What did I do?
So many things. There are too many to name. For instance...
Arueshalaes thinks for a moment.
Do you remember Aurelius' lab? The demon got into my head and revealed my horrible thoughts and unholy desires to everyone. Anyone else would have sent me away right then, but you taught me that I shouldn't confuse desires with deeds. It was my actions, not my thoughts, that mattered. My desires did not warrant punishment for myself or anyone else.
Why are we covered in... Oh, I guess those are the... I'm imagining we just did all this while I'm covered in bees.
What happened in Winter Sun truly terrified me. For a while, I stopped believing that my own life was real. An entire village built their life on lies. I was so afraid of returning to the 10,000 lights. I knew that I was bound to meet some of my old acquaintances there. But you protected me from them. You didn't let them knock me off balance.
Yeah, she's going through all the events. What is she saying there? What if I had done the same? You dispelled all my doubts. You convinced me that I was real, and that my world was real too. You taught me to trust myself, to trust reality again.
In the slums of Elusioniera, I told you about my time in the city. I shared the one good memory I had of Elusioniera, and you showed me how to turn that simple memory into a good deed. Did my actions make a difference? Did I help that small demon in any way? I don't know. You taught me how easy it is to bring a small measure of hope and goodness into the world, and how much joy can be found in a single act of kindness. You see now? If it hadn't been for you, I would still be lost in my fears, illusions, and doubts.
When we're together, what does it feel like?
Feels like freedom. Impossible, indescribable freedom. I can give myself fully to you, and I'm not afraid that you'll hurt me. When I reach for you, I know my touch will bring you happiness. If the demons could feel what I feel with you, even for a moment, they wouldn't want to be controlled by anger and selfishness for another second. They think they have achieved true freedom, but they don't know what true freedom means.
These flowers, what are they?
They're the flowers of Elysium. But how did they get here? Perhaps it's a gift from the goddess. Or perhaps our happiness summoned them into our world. All I know is that it's a miracle. I can't explain how these flowers appeared, but I believe that they're a good omen, a sign of new life.
I don't want to leave. I want to stay here with you.
I know, I feel the same. But the real world is waiting for us. So big, and yet so fragile. We'll save it. Together. And then we'll come back here, to a place as real as our happiness. We'll return to our very own Elysium.
But we can stay here together a little longer, can't we? Arueshalaes says nothing, but leans in for a kiss. Don't mind the bees. Or the mouse thing. I'm going to have to reapply all my gear. Oh no, it remembered what we're wearing this time. What about Arueshalaes? Oh, hello. Yeah, well, I remembered our gear anyway. No more fear, just freedom and happiness. Well, there we go. How sweet. Ivu. When I grow up, I'll be able to transform into anyone I want. I've already started a list. It's got almost 400 names on it already. Right, I've got Crusader management to do. Oh no, actually, let's go and visit our court first. We should probably talk to Lan too. I'm surprised he didn't come and talk to us right away, because all the mongrels have disappeared. Oh, she's back outside. Thought she just hung out in your quarters now. Well, there you go. That was what... This is definitely the most appropriate playthrough to romance Arueshalaes on, I think. Given that, yeah, we're doing the Azata path, we're a follower of Desna as well. It's very thematic, I think, to... I want to check, is she now chaotic good? Yeah, there you go, chaotic good. I think she becomes chaotic evil if you corrupt her. And yeah, she's chaotic neutral for most of the game. Ah, my heart has been warmed. So yeah, I think it was worth doing the reload so we can make sure that works. Especially as it wasn't like we just made like a tangible mistake following the path. It was more that I just missed a scene. So I didn't go into my bloody citadel. No, you haven't got anything to say, Lan? Okay. Really nothing to say about the mongrels disappearing. I'm sure he'll have something to say later. Maybe once he's found them. Oh yeah, we want to come all the way over here. Yeah, we want to come here. The Commander's Court. Yeah, we need to rank everybody up again, don't we? Cults dedicated to dangerous dark deities like Lamashtu, Orgothoa, and the Demon Lords are prescribed in many countries across Golarion. However, the Church of Asmodeus has managed to coexist with the worshippers of good deities. Joyful excitement reigns over the island. Your decisions allowed both you and the Free Crusaders to follow the path of goodness and freedom. The Free Crusaders are busy with hundreds of things at once. You hear songs, merry scuffling, bursts of laughter, and toasts. Aranka dances in place, humming a cheerful song. She seems to be composing it as it goes along, weaving in fragments she hears around her. And her song includes lines like "Glory to the Halflings" and "This venison stew is overcooked." Noticing you, she stops singing and cheerfully exclaims, "Commander! Ivu! You're finally back!" "Well now, where is everyone? Come quickly, gather around. I need to brag about how Nesta and I punched all the nasty demons in their horned heads back in the abyss." Oh, Ruveg. Hello, this is the this is a minotaur we freed during the Midnight Fane raid. I didn't realise you'd be here.
Punching horns sounds like fun. Ruveg wants to hear.
Oh, I remember you. We saved you back in the Midnight Fane. Your horns are pretty cute, but please don't gore me with them, even as a joke. Ivu sniffs the air. Oh, look who's here. Dragonlings, the ones you helped hatch. Oh yeah, I remember that as well. You use the power of Elysium to awaken the eggs of the evil dragon Devara. And here I am. Oh yeah, remember you. Here I am. Remember me? Charming Minx, straight from the abyss. I promised I'd find you, and I did. The fox stretches her muscles, satisfied. In the abyss, you saved Charming Minx, a runaway kitsune slave. Good to see you, Commander. How are you? Is anything left of the abyss? We might want to go there once we blow off some steam, or twice. Just look at Ivu. She's grown so big. Commander, what are you feeding her? Can we have some too? Or maybe we could feed it to Scarenthol and his tree ants. Just imagine. Gigantic walking trees. They could carry entire detachments into battle. Listen up, everyone. Nest and I and all sorts of our friends went into the abyss. It was very scary and gross, and everyone was super mean. They all wanted to lie to us, or trick us, or kill and eat us. Some demons even kidnapped me, but Nest came and saved me. And then we defeated a whole bunch of nasty demons and came back. We are very brave heroes, but don't forget that brave heroes also love sweets. A joyful clamour answers Ivu's speech. Aranka claps her hands. What an interesting story, Ivu. I'm so glad you're back. How have things been going in my absence? Well, I don't know if you've heard, but after you left, we were kicked out of Dresden. They said it was for our own good as well as the common good. It was hard for the free crusaders to live among the unfree ones. Well, I don't know about our strict, well-trained paladin friends, but it definitely worked out best for us. We didn't have to look at their long faces anymore. Aranka snorts.
In your absence, dear Commander, we mastered a new tactic. We regularly hold joint military exercises with our allies, the halfling warriors. They charge from hidden positions in the crowns of our quickwoods. We learned to pretend to be an ordinary grove so that we can trap unsuspecting demons. It was us, the mimics, who came up with the idea. We are true masters of tactics, but demons don't go in because they aren't suspicious. Quite the opposite. They see a grove growing in the middle of the world wound. But how could a grove grow there? They fly over to investigate, and then we let them have it.
Has anyone seen Early Sunset here recently? Yes, he briefly stopped by. He said he needed to find you and that he'd come back after you returned. What an odd creature he is. He surely is. I wonder where he is and what he's up to. I bet my tail will meet him again. Wait, no, I don't want to lose my little tail. Did anything unusual happen in my absence? The island experienced a few minor quakes, but nothing serious. We all felt a surge of power and thought it must have been something to do with you. Ilks and I conferred and decided it must have a special connection to you, much like Ivu. She grows with your power, and the island also changes because of it. I was happy to see all of you. Now I must go. Nest, wait! Aranka slaps herself in the forehead. Oh, I was so excited to see you return from the abyss that I forgot to tell you something important. We recently had a dream, a prophetic one to be sure. In that dream, our island learned to fly. Not just hover or float, but true flight. It followed you like a dog on a leash. Not like a doggy, but like me, Ivu pouts. By the way, having your own little dragon is way better than having your own flying island. But having both an island and a dragon is even better, no? It's very convenient, if you ask me. Nest, you can always return to the island to rest and recover from the filth of the world wound, and we can fly behind you and help if you need it. Here's the thing, Nest. I think you should listen carefully to yourself. Perhaps you can figure out how to steer the island. Just in case, I'll tell the sculptors to stop working on the equestrian statues prancing along the edge. If the island starts to fly, they'll all fall off. Oh, cool, I didn't... So the island will follow us around now. That's pretty useful. Soon we'll train the cultists like this, and they'll start to shy away from every chair and bed they see. Ivu the lovely dragon was here. If you're reading this, give me a cookie. Oh, is this the grove we made? The tree ant's grove has developed surprisingly fast. The court's magic must have had something to do with it. Oh, there you go. Still got Carol Five Knives around. They didn't get into any trouble while we were gone. Oh, little dragonlings. That's cute. Young woundworm. The dragonling clearly recognizes you and shows their teeth in friendly grins. Nestor's returned from the abyss. Everything will be fine now. Everything is so beautiful, it makes my head spin. All the kids that we recruited as well. I still find it hilarious that the kids are just tiny adult models. Like, they don't look like kids at all. They look like borrowers. They're so small. It's weird thinking that the game doesn't have any children kind of models in it. Except for Zorgs, I guess. Is he here? No, I thought Zorgs might hang out here. I'm sure he'll be somewhere. Oh, hello, Georgie. Cat's just come to say hello. Hello. Let's rest for a while, because we want to progress some of our crusader stuff, don't we? Can we make Demon Slayer soup? No? In that case, let's save the regents. We won't make anything. Hello, sweetheart. How you doing? Once in the River City, I found a jug and drank from it. It turned out to be wine. Wine is very strange. It makes you think everything's really funny, even when it's really not. Everything's really funny, although it's really not, is the perfect description of the Crusades. No wine necessary. Well, if we really can get the island to follow us around, that'd be really useful. Can we talk to you about it? Oh no, you still have the same bits of dialogue. Is there anything we need to do? Wait for news. The calm before the storm. Never has the phrase been more apt. Every one of the commander's followers is certain that something extraordinary is about to happen. But what and when? I don't know what, and I don't know when. I'll just get on with other things in the meantime. Right, let's go straight to the Citadel. We'll have some crusade events there waiting for us now. Or, yeah, some court events. Hello, Georgie. How you doing? Ah, Lady Kenomi. Lady Kenomi doesn't look nearly as confident or bold as before. Commander, what a blessing it is to have you back. Mendev is in need of your help. There's been a revolt in Nerosian. The disgruntled nobles are completely out of control. They proclaimed the Royal Council dissolved and arrested several of its members. Many politicians were accused of collaborating with the demons. Some were executed, others were torn apart by the crowd. The first treasurer has fled. There's fighting in the streets between mercenaries hired by the aristocrats and the guard, who is loyal to the Royal Council. Dresden has received letters from the insurgents, as well as from the loyal servants of the Crown, requesting your support. But both the Royal Council and I have faith that you will elect to defend the legitimate authority. This faith is not misplaced, is it? Lady Kenomi... Oh, so now you're sucking up to me after all the last ones. Lady Kenomi regards you with a devotion you've never seen in her before. If the powerful have gone mad and are spilling blood in the streets, there is only one force that can stop them, the Church. We'll appeal to the clerics to intervene in this conflict. Their voices will be heard. Social? Darren, why would we bother saving the Royal Council? So it can keep pushing us around? I propose we publicly support the nobles. If a few esteemed elders were to depart from the council, it wouldn't be a terrible loss for the nation. The politicians have neglected their duty, but maybe the soldiers won't? There's got to be some honest generals left in Mendev. We'll ask them to bring their troops to the capital and put an end to the unrest. That's Lan? I know a thiefling, Zaki. She's from the River Kingdoms. She was saying something about a young state over in the Stolen Lands that managed to cobble together a proper, cohesive nation from a bunch of riffraff. Pretty slick, considering how tricky it was to make them not hate each other's guts. Want to invite them to help us patch things up? So Nerosian first demanded, but now is asking? The situation in the capital must really be grim. You're absolutely right, Commander. I admit the Royal Council hasn't shown you the proper respect and amicability. I myself brought this to their attention on numerous occasions. Lady Kimoni's posture is full of repentance. But trust me when I say that none of them wishes you ill, and they all shared the unshakable belief that you were the saviour of our nation. Why is there rioting in Nerosian? Without Her Majesty's steady hand, the capital has fallen into decay. Some are settling old scores, others have discovered new opportunities. Mendev is accustomed to following a highly respected leader. The only one who can protect the throne from greedy hands is you, Commander. Lady Kimoni gives you a deep bow, exuding remorse and obedience. What's the situation in the capital? The Royal Council, Her Majesty's most trusted civil servants and public officials, have long been in conflict with many powerful Mendevian aristocrats. The former had connections and influence, the latter had their family names, riches, and personal armies comprised of mercenaries, sworn knights, and commoners. For many years their strife was latent and civilized, coercion, bribery, intrigue, but the nobility spotted an opportune moment. They decided to overthrow the clique of dignitaries that has usurped royal power. That is what they call the Royal Council. A series of arrests ensued, but the Royal Council found its own supporters and retaliated. Currently, numerous aristocrats are assembling their forces in the capital. The Supreme Court building now serves as the base of operations for the new Royal Council formed by the leaders of the nobility. The old Royal Council is holding Her Majesty's castle, the treasury and the guard headquarters. Every so often skirmishes break out in the streets. Many civil servants have left their workplaces and the townspeople are fleeing the city. The capital is paralysed. I would like to hear the council's opinions. Of course, but I implore you, do not delay. Every minute counts. Social, what can the church do in a situation like this? Become a living wall between the opposing sides. Call for mercy and, if necessary, warn them about heaven's wrath. People sometimes forget their conscience, and that's what clerics are for. In the end, they will remind the people that we're in the middle of a holy war. And who do you think called the shots in the Royal Council before, my good Sir Cleric? Its leaders, the Paladin and the Inquisitor. In other words, the pious people, just like the ones you want to ask for help. Okay, Darren, why should we support the nobility? They will form a new Royal Council. It's certainly possible that they'll end up being exactly the same. Hypocrites, bores, and schemers. But firstly, it will be a new, refreshing set of hypocrites, bores, and schemers. And secondly, they will remember who it was who helped them rise to power, and won't demand at every turn that we kiss their banner. So you're just going to support the insurgents, and bring even more havoc to Mendev? I get the feeling that the next parade in our honour should be held by the demons. We're doing all the work for them. You are mistaken if you think those nobles will be better than the Royal Council. They at least knew the boundaries that had been set by the Queen, but a band of nobles who seize supreme power will believe that they are entitled to anything. Okay, Lan, can we count on the military leaders to help us? A bureaucrat's oath is a little different from a soldier's oath. If the politicians have betrayed Mendev, its last hope is the army. Let the troops march into Nerosian and bring order back to the streets. That will cool everyone's heads. That is a dangerous solution. The military doesn't like to surrender what they have captured, such is the mindset of a soldier. We run the risk of establishing a military dictatorship in Mendev. Lady Konomi snarls with discontent. Give power to the belligerents? They'll order the nation around like a company of recruits on the parade deck. Years of careful diplomatic work will go to waste. No, soldiers are inflexible. They cannot handle such delicate matters. Woljif, what was that about the River Kingdoms? Zarchi, a friend of mine, was telling me about this kingdom in the Stolen Lands, how it was made. For centuries, all kinds of rabble and outcasts were gathered there, and then this new leader appeared, and the whole mishmash became a solid nation. So it got me thinking, if they're so damn good at making different sorts see eye to eye, maybe we could put them to use here. They might butter up some folks and give others a scare, but whatever, it would chill the hotheads, eh? Anyone who calls on foreigners to solve their country's problems is just asking for an intervention. We have no right to show Mendev's weaknesses to other nations. Lady Konomi, do you really expect me to support the Royal Council? Commander, neither they nor I were ever your enemies. We were doing our duty, although we may have been unwise and presumptuous on occasion. But I assure you all mistakes have been addressed. By being generous, you will only demonstrate just how wrong the capital was about you, and teach them a lesson. Wow, this is some small-time thief chatting up the judge stuff. Your Honour, I've seen the error of my ways. I was wrong. I've learnt my lesson. Please be generous. Cut the crap. We've been around. We know what those promises are worth. I've heard everything I need. Then I hope you will make the right decision. So what are the effects? Okay, so if we go with social, provides Holy Relic. This robe grants its wearer a +4 enchantment bonus to Charisma and Wisdom. It also allows the wearer to cast Angelic Aspect Greater at will as a 20 level cleric. And that's pretty good. So going with Darren's option. I'm not going to go with Darren's option anyway, just for the narrative reasons, but let's see what it gives. Whenever the wearer of this Cloak of Resistance +5 lands a killing blow, all enemies in a 15-foot radius must pass a will saving throw or become blinded. I mean, that's pretty good. I imagine these are all going to be pretty good, or I hope they will. If we go with Lan, we get the powerful Relic Armor. None of us ever wears medium armor, so we're probably not going to go with this one. I didn't like the idea of Lan's anyway. Yeah, that's probably the worst one we've seen so far. Wall gifs, what does that give us? Masterpiece from an artisan from a distant land. Whoever drinks this elixir will permanently gain a +2 inherent bonus on all ability scores. Ooh. That's actually incredible. I was liking wall gifs the most anyway, but that's probably cinched it. Oh, and actually, yeah, because when we read those tome books, that's also an inherent score. So that, it wouldn't stack with those, but if we have Nest drink that and just get a +2 bonus to all ability scores, we've already used the dexterity book on her, so that'll make that redundant, but we can give the rest of the books to other party members. We're probably going to go with that one. If we go with Lady Konomi, we get the valuable relic from the treasury. These goggles grant their wearer a +15 competence bonus on persuasion skill checks, as well as all lore and knowledge skill checks. I mean, that's not terrible. Or we can kick Lady Konomi out. Oh, okay. Unlocks the Declaring Independence Decree. All generals gain a +7 bonus to power, adds 100,000 finance points. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a big bump. We're not going to go with that one, though. We'll go with Wargifs, definitely. Wargif, send letters to the River Kingdoms. Mendev needs their help. I'll drop a line to Zarchi, so she doesn't get us some random nobody. She should find, like, the best advisors there. Maybe like a counsellor. Sounds neat, huh? A foreign counsellor has arrived in the capital to give everyone responsible a good whooping. What if they're a troll or something? The River Kingdoms is one wacky place, you know. I apologise once more for all the misunderstandings we've had in the past, Commander. I thank you, and I won't take any more of your time. As soon as the situation in Erosion changes, I will immediately convene the Diplomatic Council and give you a full report. Commander, glad to see you back at the head of the Military Council. A decision is required of you more urgently than ever. Here's the situation. We don't have an army in the strictest sense, and the enemy is putting up much more of a fight than previously. Judging by the reports, the demons are relying less and less on the armies of their mortal servants and the power of simple blades, and more on magic and dark sorceries. We must respond in kind by bolstering our forces with expert spellcasters. I am prepared to send an order to Canabris at once, requesting the necessary reinforcements. I propose we support our army with bardic magic. Bards learn all kinds of spells in their travels, and their songs can inspire our warriors and give them strength to fight. Sealer. These demons know their vile magics, but I know something stronger than that. The power of the gods. We need some war priests in our army. Their spells will chase away the darkness and heal the wound. We would do well to invite monks into our army. They've been hardened by a lifetime of training, and even demonic corruption cannot harm them.
If you're in need of mages versed in the art of killing, you should contact the Daggermark Poisoners Guild. Their alchemists are second to none when it comes to making deadly poisons or utilizing them in battle. And sorcery's a foul business. Let the Oglins cast their evil spells. There's no reason for us to welcome sorcerers with open arms. We'd be better off calling upon druids. They know how to fight against fae, illusions, Oglin magic, and all other vile things.
We've been able to manage with the magic we've had just fine so far. The enemy never stands still. The more serious a threat we become for them, the more substantial will be the forces they throw against us. Gone are the days when the Abyss would casually send hosts of mindless cultists and lower demons. Now we're up against more cunning and skilled opponents who can incinerate a dozen soldiers with a single spell. We must respond to this magic with our own, or we will lose. Are you sure Canabris is going to send us troops? Without a doubt. Canabris is much safer than we are at the moment, and I'm convinced that the Warden can provide some forces to support us. All of Mendev knows that right now Dresden is the dam holding back the river of demonic corruption that would otherwise be flooding the south. The kingdom is in the process of mobilization, and Queen Galfrey's march on Iz has encouraged many who previously shirked military service to join the ranks of the army. Why didn't you leave with Galfrey, Captain Odin? Captain Odin grows pale, but his voice sounds calm and steady. I did put in a request for a transfer to the front lines. Unfortunately, it was refused. Command determined that, due to the psychological trauma I suffered during my years of service on the border, I am no longer fit for battlefield command. He lowers his head. As much as it stings me to admit it, they may be right. It's been a long time since I smelled burning flesh and heard the screams of battle, but I can't guarantee that when I do, I'll be able to maintain my composure. That I won't fail the soldiers who will be depending on me. However, I can still serve them by staying where I am. I want to hear the opinions of my advisors. Everyone looks at you expectantly. Sealer, are the war priests battle ready? Of course. There are plenty of brave and honest people among them, and serving the gods of light makes it their duty to resist evil. Many war priests made a conscious choice to forgo a life of peace because their ideals wouldn't let them stand idly by. They've studied the military craft, and their blessings and healing spells have saved many a soldier's life. I hate the idea of risking the lives of the gods' servants. If they perish, their celestial patrons may resent it and turn their backs on us. Okay, Captain Odin, how can bards help us on the battlefield? It's become a fine tradition among Mendevian warriors to go into battle accompanied by songs of daring bards who glorify heroic deeds and strengthen the hand that smites the demons. Their ballads will inspire our soldiers, and their spells can prove useful in the most unexpected situations. Bards. Their tongues are too long. Okay, Regil, can monks really withstand demonic magic? Monks are paragons of restraint and iron discipline. They are comparable to the Hell Knights in that regard. Among other things, they'll bring the values of order to our troops. Let the soldiers see how all demonic machinations and temptations break upon the monks' iron will. Then they themselves will become more calm and resolute. Okay, Greyboar, tell me more about the Poisoners Guild.
They're a creepy bunch. Imagine, if you will, an alchemist and an accomplished scientist who can take your breakfast and make a bomb or poison that could kill a basilisk out of it. And now imagine that this same alchemist doesn't mind personally shoving this poison into the basilisk's mouth. That's a pretty good description of your average member of the Daggermark Poisoners Guild. It's true their blades coated with magical poisons are not as dramatic as calling down lightning from the skies, but they are just as effective and far less conspicuous.
You underestimate the power of dark magic, Greyboar. A poisoned dagger can't send every scoundrel in this world to Pharasma. Ulbrich, how will the druids help us? Get down, Georgie, come on.
I've already told you about the Varangian Forest, didn't I? It's a brutal little spot. The folks there have to fight for the right to live every single day. They have to tear it from the claws of evil fae, walking plants, huge spiders, and all kinds of oglins. The druids there really know their stuff when it comes to fighting otherworldly beasts and their foul magic. You can't find a better people to have on your side.
I'm sorry, but experience fighting Fae isn't going to be much use against demons. Don't take this the wrong way, Ulbrich, but Sarkoris had more druids than anywhere else, and they still didn't manage to save it. Everything is clear to me now. I'm leaning towards Captain Odin, because, I mean, singing bards fits the Azata theme a lot. But we'll see what the other suggestions give us. Yeah, it's going to change our spellcasters, isn't it? So we'll get all church guards are promoted to war priests. Yeah, we're probably not going to go for this one. Sorry, Sealer. What about monks? No, I'm not too fussed about going for monks either. All church guards are promoted to assassins. Nah, they're not particularly appealing to me either. What about druids? Again, they haven't got any attack spells. I like ones that have attack spells. Not just... I mean, curing is good, and dark skin's not bad, but... Right, how do bards look? Well, they also don't have... No, none of these have attack spells, do they? All allied units within a radius of 2 squares gain a +4 bonus to saving throws. Yeah, we'll go with bards. We'll go with Captain Odin's suggestion. Bards will inspire our warriors. Great. Of course, not every bard is willing to brave the battlefield, but I will personally select the most courageous ones. They will be a great boon to our troops' morale. I will send a letter to Canabris immediately, requesting a group of spellcasters to be sent to our aid. I'm certain they will arrive soon, Commander. Cool. Go back to the management. Oh, I miss this stuff. I think that's another slight downside of Act 4, that I think Act 3 is the most fun with doing the I mean, the crusade management can be a bit tedious, but the actual court stuff I really like, and then there's just none of that in Act 4. Yeah, that's development of the art of war. The military council requests a meeting. Does that mean... So is the diplomatic council finished, or can we do another level of it? I thought there might be more than level 6. Lady Kermie made it sound like there would be another meeting with her. Is it mostly just relic stuff when it comes to diplomacy? Do a royal parade. Yeah, let's just get another relic going. We'll do the fate of Stevenus, the phylactery of Stevenus the Rotten. Issue decree. Georgie? She keeps sitting between me and the screen. I can't see, sweetheart. No events. Okay. Let's look at the campaign map. Oi! Get off my feet. It's too early for your dinner. Okay, now we can get bards. Hey! Naughty girl, get off. Yeah, you can't choose between sitting in front of the screen or biting my feet. Both are disruptive. Hold on, I might just go feed her early. Okay. I've fed her. Hopefully that should keep her happy for a little bit. We need more spellcasters lodge if we're only getting 5 bards. Yeah, 5 bards a week. Well, I don't think we've got anywhere we can build stuff like that right now. We need to take more forts. But let's wait a bit. We'll wait 2 days. Oh, okay, so we can do the diplomatic council thing immediately again. We'll have to wait for that to be finished, but that's okay. We still have to wait, yeah, 12 hours. Yeah, we've got a new event. Report. The advisors who had arrived from the Young Kingdom and the Stolen Lands lived up to their reputation. They stopped the bloodshed and erosion and gathered all parties at the negotiating table. A messenger has arrived in Dresden, bringing a personal gift for the commander from the leader of the young nation. Is that potion that we got? You can call me Helper. The soldiers are telling stories about a spirit who comes to them in times of need and introduces himself as the Helper. His arrival is accompanied by ominous signs such as raining blood or the smell of carrion, but he saves warriors and demands nothing in return. Well, we're not ones to judge, are we? What does the Spirit Hunt Decree do? Provides trophy from an evil spirit. Oh, that's just a quarterstaff. Yeah, we're not going to hunt down the spirit. Convince the soldiers not to accept the spirit's help. Gives 30,000 leadership experience. That's a lot. Encourage the soldiers to accept the spirit's help. All generals gain +1 level to the reduction of losses. That's good. Send Arueshalaes to find the spirit. All generals gain the knowledge for the chosen one's feat. What does that do? Yeah, we'll do that. Send Arueshalaes to find the spirit. Having joined forces with Arueshalaes, the clerics soon found the spirit. He told them that he used to be a servant of an evil spellcaster who made him commit heinous deeds. After his master's death, the spirit tried to atone for all his sins. The clerics helped him purge himself of all evil, and in gratitude, the helper revealed his magical secrets to them. Nice. Okay, let's go back to the campaign. We can now build a proper army here. Sign General. Setsuna Shai, come back on board. Our reliable, powerful general with great spells. I don't really want to put any of these guys in his army. We want to make a Azata themed army, I think. Which we can do quite nicely now with having bards as an option. So we'll get 5 bards. Don't know how useful that is really, but it's better than having no bards. Anything else we can stick in this army for now? Oh yeah, we'll get just some of the standard normal troops in there, for sure. Put them there. Hardened veterans. Don't know what we need to build to get those. We'll have to start rebuilding our Hell Knights from the ground up. Although then they weren't as good as the Hedge Knights, were they? Now let's get some rogues. For now, anyway. Tell you what, this army, you can have another one of our generals back. These two were both about the same level, weren't they? Let's get Soravil Evermist back first, I think. Well, actually, she doesn't have any spells. I still prefer having someone with spellcasting abilities there. So yeah, you can command this army, but for for now, let's go on the offensive, I think. Where should we attack? There's some level 8 armies down here that would be quite nice to get. Oh, the fort that was up here is gone. Oh, we can go for that fort. Yeah, we'll make that our objective. We'll probably have to go all the way around here. So we'll go to the west. Why have you only got 40 movement? You should have 50, shouldn't you? Or will it be after a day that you'll be able to do that? Yeah, he should have an ability that lets him move more. Experienced Traveller, yeah, there you go. That's okay. We can just send you travelling around for now. Oh, the fort just reappeared up here. Oh, yeah, I was looking in a different spot. Fair enough. Asana, you move down there. You know, I'm going to fill it up. Let's just take what... Oh! Whoops. I didn't mean to search. I meant to purchase. Witches. Interesting. They have some offensive spells. We'll recruit another group of champions. Why not? I did not mean to click the free search. I meant to purchase the Hell Knights, but what's done is done. No, I'm not really that fussed about going out on a mission. We'll pick one of the quests we've got to do first next time. We can skip another day. They can get the movement. Army. It's just another Defenders of Freedom. Still, yeah, nothing we've got free to do. Now you've got 50, perfect. Right, yeah, go for this level 7 fort first. Easy pickings. Oh, I shouldn't forget that I've got teleportation, should I? That takes 13 days recovery time. Attacks of all enemy units in all armies receive a 50% mischance. I'm not worried about that for this one. Attack! We've got zombies and mammoths to deal with. That does 30 to 80. Yeah, 30 to 180. Try and take out the mammoths if you can. Good start. We haven't really got enough soldiers to attack with our base units, so you guys just hang out. Start picking them off. We're going to have to build up more forces, really. Before we're not just relying on magic. Lure of superiority. Bring out the dogs, never hurts. Might as well do one of your magic attacks, weaken them. And send the dogs out as a distraction. Oh, they're grouped enough together that we can use Fireball. Perfect. Yeah, everyone's still just going to have to wait for now. You just keep them distracted, dogs. One more fireball. Perfect. Yep. And just do a cure wounds. That should finish this. Easy. The Crusaders are not the only ones fighting against the World Wound. After searching the encampment, the soldiers concluded that it was set up by a group of mammoth lords that consisted of the representatives of different clans. They wandered too deep into the demon's territory, got ambushed, and made a defensive stand. The demonic plague claimed them one by one. There's a level 11 army sitting there. I'm not a huge fan of that. We could go for some of these level 7 armies. Oh, they're ranged attackers. They're a bit more dangerous. Right, let's hopefully we can instant kill these. We nearly can. Oh yeah, we can finish them off fine now, can't we?
Huh?
Wolf Riders, you give them an attack. Archers, you shoot the raiders. Bring out the dogs. And just do Scorching Ray, hopefully finish them off. Perfect. A group of renegades who tossed away their crusaders' oaths and bent their knees before demons fought furiously to the very end. They knew that there would be no mercy for them. Nearby, the soldiers have found a rich gold mine packed with slaves. That's what demons used to buy the loyalty of former Arueshalaes warriors. A hole in the ground full of shiny metal. Can we reach this army too? Yeah, I think so. Right, slow them down with Ice Frost Storm. Or even don't just slow them down, just kill them all. Perfect. Let the dogs out. Woof woof. Yeah, just finish this off with a Scorching Ray. Lovely. Having dumped the plagued corpses in a heap, the Crusaders pour oil on them generously and set them ablaze. The huge bonfire burns bright and strong as all the warriors burst into triumphant cries of victory. Courage fills the souls of the Crusaders. Lovely. Oh, we can recruit again. Oh, there's loads to recruit here. Okay, we're going to buy a bunch of these finance points. Don't want to spend too much. 17,000 should be enough. Build some stuff in the camp of the Mammoth Lords. I'd like a Spellcaster's Lodge so we can start getting more of those. Why can't I build an inn? Oh, an inn increases finance. There need to be no recruitment buildings in the fort. That's interesting. Didn't realise that. Okay, we'll build a citadel as well. And a watchtower. I'll probably put that in a dumb place, thinking about it, because when it expands down this way. We probably won't need to expand it. Watchtower, citadel, and a supply center. You get that? Sure. Right, I want you to teleport back to... You teleport them anywhere. To a point on the global map that is unoccupied by enemies. Seems like you can teleport them pretty much anywhere. How long does it take to recover? 18 days! Oh, okay. Maybe that was a bit over... I maybe should have waited then. No worries, though. Okay, get yeah, more bards, more of everything. Start pumping our numbers up. Some sorcerers would be good. We can move the rogues over, can't we? You just go there, wait on that stretch for now. We'll recruit sorcerers, bandits, and I've already used all our money. Okay, we'll hold off on the barbarians for now. These guys can... No, wait, go to this army first so you don't lose your movement. Put them in there. And then sorcerers, I like you. Swap you out for the rogues. Sure, that's... I'll swap you guys around. That's fine then. Yeah, that's fine for now. Have to be careful of attacks coming in, but hopefully be a bit of time before we start getting attacked a bunch. And events as well. Okay, I'm done here. Might leave things off there then. As we yeah, and then we'll pick a mission and leave. We'll head out of Dresden next time. We've got a bunch to do. We could do Regal's companion side quest. We could do some of the story missions. We were asked to go back to the Dragon Burial Grounds as well. So yeah, there's plenty for us to get going with next time. Cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you would like to follow this series, you can subscribe. I'll be posting daily, ideally. And if you want to say hi or give me any advice, you can leave a like or a comment. It's all very much appreciated. Anyway, yeah, thanks again, folks. Bye.